Hello, everybody. Ignatius L. Jackson, CPA here. April, if you didn't know, is Financial Literacy Month, okay? So today, we're going to kick it off with a couple of nuggets regarding compound interest, all right? But in addition, we're going to talk about some giveaways that we're doing and some things like that. So definitely stick around, listen to the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, okay? So during Financial Literacy Month, what we're going to do is we're going to have several videos in regards to, like I said, some nuggets for you to think about in terms of educating yourself about financial literacy or reminding yourself about a few things to kind of consider to help you to build generational wealth. So one of my key priorities in my accounting firm is to help people to build financial wealth and generational wealth for their family so that they put themselves into a better financial shape for their future and for their family overall, okay? And so that's ultimately the goal of what we're going to talk about today is we are going to go through this whole compound interest discussion as a kickoff to the month because this is a very important topic that everyone should understand and know. And so I'm going to give you some resources on how you can do that and how you can get this done effectively for yourself and learn a little bit more about the power of compound interest, all right? So let's hop right on in. Oh, before I start, let's do this. So we're going to do a giveaway. All right, so there's two things that we're going to do. First, we're going to give away 2 free tax return preparations at the end of the month, okay? And we're also going to give away 2 Amazon gift cards at the end of the month, okay? Here's what's going to happen. For anyone who likes and subscribes to this video, we are going to give you the ability to be entered into a drawing. So you have to subscribe and you have to like the video and, leave a comment. That's the other thing. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, all right? The comment can be whatever you want it to be. You can ask questions about the topic. You can just say, great job. You can say horrible job, etc. Hopefully there's no horrible jobs. Hopefully you like what you're hearing. But if you don't, for some reason, by all means, feel free to leave that comment. But ultimately, that's the objective of these videos is I want you to, subscribe to the video and leave a comment, like it, all that good stuff. Each video that comes out, if you subscribe or to the channel and then you like the video and you leave a comment, each video you're going to be entered in for the drawing in additional time. So each video you comment on and watch and like, you're going to be entered into the video into the drawing for the end of the month to get one of 2 Amazon gift cards or 2 free tax return preparations. Now, the tax return fees for the preparations are limited to $1,000 of value. So if you have some complicated return that has like 5 businesses or something crazy like that, don't expect that to be completed free, okay? You need to actually pay us for some of those services. But we will do up to $1,000 worth of tax services for those 2 free tax returns going into 2021, or if you have not yet completed your 2020 tax return, then we'll do it for 2020 tax year, okay? So that's what we're doing for this month. A little incentive to stay tuned, watch the videos, educate yourself, or kind of re-educate yourself or refresh your memory about a couple things, something like that, okay? So let's hop right on to the first topic today, compound interest. What is compound interest? As everyone hopefully knows, if not, then you'll learn today. Compound interest is very, very powerful, okay? It is the one thing that really helps you to build wealth and to build financial freedom, all right? When you do compound interest, what you're doing is you're basically saying, how much money will I have over a period of time by making a certain investment and then making monthly contributions or whatever the case might be, okay? So to the extent that you are able to do that, you can basically get an estimate of how much money you're going to have when you, let's say, retire, or you decide to just stop working. You're not fully retired, but maybe you want to do something else as a second line of business or something like that, okay? So here's what you want to do. Let's say, for example, oh, by the way, this is investor.gov. So free, completely free. Anybody can go and look at this. There's nothing that you need to do, nothing to sign up for, nothing to pay for, completely free. You see there's a couple other calculators over here on the side as well that we'll probably get to at some point during the week or during the month, excuse me. But there's a lot of free tools that I'm going to kind of show you that are available out there that you can kind of go to and just kind of utilize to help you do some stuff and figure some things out. So here's a free tool, investor.gov compound interest calculator. Let's say, for example, you want to do $100 a month, something nice and easy. You know, most people spend $100 on foolishness. So let's just say you commit to doing $100 a month over a 20-year time period. Okay. And your estimated interest rate is 7%, which is the standard national average. If you just invest in the stock market into an ETF or mutual fund, you will likely get a 7% annual return on average over a 20-year time period. It's just pretty much a given. Okay. So if you do that, and let's say it compounds monthly, just as an example. Okay. And let's go ahead and calculate that. All right. $52,497 is what your account will be at the end of that time period. Let's look at the history here. Okay. Over that 20-year time period, your total contributions are $24,100 compared to a total account value of $52,497. All right. That's pretty powerful. Your money basically doubled in 20 years, if you think about it that way. Look at this graph. You notice this graph exponentially gets more and more the longer you get down this road here. So the longer you keep it in there, the more it doubles. And then let me prove that to you. All right, let's just say you add another 5 years. Let's say 25 years. Instead of 53,000, now you have 82,000. I'm rounding, okay? So it just keeps growing and growing more exponentially. Let's say it's 30 years instead of 20 years, okay? Let's recalculate it, 123,000, all right? So to kind of go back to our schedule here, you contributed a total of 36,100, and it's now worth 122,809, okay? So your money looks like it almost tripled, almost, just shy of tripling in 30 years with $100 a month, okay? And you got $123,000 available to you to do whatever you need to do at that age, okay? So super powerful. This is the key. This is why people tell you, start investing early. You don't have to even put that much away, and you will become rich over your lifetime, okay? Now, let's say we add a little bit extra money to this. All right, $122,000 is not really much, right? So you can't necessarily retire off $123,000, but that's just an example of what you can do and how fast it grows. Let's really compound this. Let's say $500 a month. If you don't know, the maximum contribution to an IRA right now is $6,000. So that's $6,000 divided by 12 months, that's $500. So let's just say you max out on your IRA contributions every year for 20 years, okay? And you're still getting a 7% return, okay? Let's calculate that and see what we got. You're at $262,000 after 20 years by contributing $120,500 total. So if we look at your table, that's what you contributed. That's what the account's worth, okay? Now, let's say 30 years, okay? $614,000 is what you're at, okay? Just by doing that. Now, let's say, for example, all right, now that's some decent coin, right? So that you could potentially do some damage with. You probably still couldn't retire off of 600,000 in 30 years, but you can still do some decent damage with that. But let's say, for example, you get better than expected returns. All right, let's say you have some really good strategies. Let's say 12%, just as an example. Over 30 years, bam, look at that. 1.765 million. Most people could probably retire off of that, all right, as long as you don't live some crazy lifestyle. But did you notice what this chart did? Holy cow, look at the shape of this chart. Look at the difference between those, all right, just because of the compound interest, all right? So the more you put onto your interest rates to where you're earning, look at that, 3.5 million at 15%, okay? There are ways that you can do this, all right? Now, is this going to be typical by just investing in the stock market? Not likely. Let's say 10%, all right? Let's be a little more conservative. 1.1 million just with 10% annual return, $500 a month over 30 years. Okay, you're a millionaire. Wouldn't it be nice to be a millionaire? I would say so. You know, being a millionaire is not like it used to be, but it's still pretty awesome. There's still not that many millionaires in this country, believe it or not. There are not that many millionaires. So would it carry you as long as you might need it to? There's some debate about that. But the new number is probably about like 2 million. Most people can live off of 2 million roughly if you have that in retirement, if you ask me. I think that's fairly flexible to be able to survive off of. But, you know, for the most part, yeah, this is where the money is at, okay? This is why you want to compound your interest, invest early, start early. You won't have to put as much away. Now, let's say you start it late, okay? That same, you know, $6,000 a year only turns into this, okay? Even with a 10% return. Let's say you get a 15% return. All right, you're only at 139,000. That's the power of compounding interest. The earlier you start, the better off you're going to be. If you start later, you're going to have to do something crazy like put in $1,500 a month, get a 15% return in order to just get to $400,000. Look at this. Look how hard it is to get to 400,000. $1,500 a month. Okay, that's about 18,000 a year that you're going to basically get just from, you know, starting late, if it's only over 10 years. Most people are at this point in their life where they can't even retire because they don't have enough saved up. So they're going to continue to work. This is not a position you want to be in. That's the point of financial literacy. You want to understand and know you do not want to be in this position where you're 10 years from retirement, you have no savings, and you have to put away $18,000 a year in order to just get $400,000 into your retirement account, which you don't probably have. You know, you may not have $18,000 to put away. So the earlier you start, the better off you're going to be. Okay. You know, if you do something crazy like $1,500 a month over 30 years at a 10% return, we're at 3.4 million, multi-millionaires. Okay. So that's the power of compound interest. My challenge to you is go play around with this calculator, throw in some numbers, put in where you're at right now. You know, maybe you have 20,000 right now, and maybe you just continue to put in another 500 for another 20 years at a 10% rate of return. Okay, you're at $500,000. Play around with what you're at. Go ahead and use this calculator. You know, figure out what you're doing. Again, investor.gov and look for the compound interest calculator. Okay, and let me know what your experience is. You know, let me know what you found out. Let me know what you thought. And obviously, like I said, to get the prizes, like, subscribe, and comment on the video. All right, so that's the key. Like, subscribe, and comment on the video in order to be entered into the drawing to win either an Amazon gift card or free tax prep for your business or your individual return. Okay, so hopefully everybody liked this video. For more, stay tuned, and we'll be back with more soon. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good one. Bye.